Have you ever stopped to wonder how you can track your food delivery driver in real time, or how your bank sends you a fraud alert the second a weird transaction happens? Well, the secret sauce behind so many of these modern marvels is a technology called Apache Kafka. And in this explainer, we're going to pull back the curtain and show you why it's the engine driving our crazy on-demand world.
Let's face it, we live in an I want it now world, right? We expect everything instantly, from package tracking to live sports scores. And this demand for real-time information, well, it created a massive technical challenge. That's really where the story of Kafka began.
I mean, think about it. That little car icon moving around on your app's map isn't just some cute animation. It's a constant, live stream of data telling you exactly where your pizza is at this very moment. This is precisely the kind of problem that Kafka was built to solve.
And it's absolutely everywhere you look. That instant fraud alert from your credit card company, that's real-time data. Tracking your package as it moves from city to city, you guessed it, real-time data. This hunger for now pushed all the old technology right to its breaking point. So where did this thing even come from? Well, the story starts back at LinkedIn around the early 2010s. With social media just exploding, they were completely overwhelmed with user activity. We're talking likes, comments, connections, a total data tsunami. And their traditional systems? They just couldn't handle it. They were sinking. You see, the old way of doing things was called batch processing. It was like getting yesterday's newspaper. Companies would gather up all their data into big chunks and analyze it, maybe once a day or even once a week. The new way, real-time streaming, is like watching the news live as it happens. Businesses can react instantly to what's going on right now. This was the breaking point. The sheer volume and speed of the data was like trying to force a river through a garden hose. The systems were slow, everything was getting bottlenecked, and any useful insights were way too delayed. So a brilliant team of engineers at LinkedIn decided they had to do something. They built a whole new system from the ground up, one designed specifically for this new age of real-time data, and they called it Kafka.
Okay, so how does Kafka actually work its magic? The secret is in its brilliantly simple design. Let's break it down into the three core parts. Super easy to understand.
First up, you have producers. A producer is basically anything that creates data. Every single time you like a photo, send a message, or buy something online, your action is creating a piece of data that a producer sends off to Kafka.
Now, these messages don't just get thrown into a big, messy pile. No, they're sent to specific categories called topics. Just think of a topic like a dedicated channel on a streaming service. You might have one channel for all the user clicks, another one for new orders, and maybe a third for payment updates. It keeps everything neat and organized.
And finally, we have consumers. Consumers are the applications that tune in or subscribe to those channels to read and actually use the data. A consumer could be an app that's updating a live dashboard, or one that's sending you a push notification, or maybe it's analyzing all that data for business insights.
So let's put it all together. The flow is really simple. A producer sends a message to a specific topic. That topic is managed by a Kafka server, which we call a broker, and it basically acts as the middleman. The broker stores the message safely, and then a consumer can come along and read that message from the topic whenever it needs to. Producer, topic, consumer. That's the core of it.
This simple yet incredibly powerful model has made Kafka the invisible backbone of the modern internet. It's the plumbing that allows thousands of companies, from tiny startups to the biggest tech giants, to operate in real time.
Get this, over 80% of all Fortune 100 companies use Kafka. Just let that sink in. That's a massive stamp of approval. It tells you that Kafka isn't just some trendy niche technology. It's a fundamental, mission-critical part of the infrastructure that powers our entire digital world.
The crazy part is, you're using Kafka every single day without even realizing it. Netflix uses it to power its recommendation engine in real time. Uber uses it to track all its cars across the globe. Twitter uses it to manage that non-stop flood of tweets. For these companies, Kafka isn't just a tool, it's the engine that drives their core business.
So what makes Kafka so special? Why does everyone use it? Well, it really boils down to four key superpowers. First, it has insane throughput. It can handle a massive volume of messages. Second, it has incredibly low latency, which just means it's super fast. Third, it's highly scalable, so it can grow as a business grows. And finally, it's durable and fault-tolerant, which means your data is always safe and never gets lost.
You know, a question that comes up a lot is how Kafka is different from other tools like RabbitMQ.
Here's a really simple way to think about it. RabbitMQ is like a postal service. It delivers a message to a recipient, and once it's read, it's gone. Kafka, on the other hand, is more like a DVR. It records a whole stream of messages, and you can rewind and replay them as many times as you want. It's a fundamental difference.
So as we've seen, the world has made this huge shift from thinking about data as something static, something you store in a database, to data that is in constant motion. And Kafka is the technology that makes all of this possible, paving the way for a future where everything is connected and happening in real time. If there's one thing to take away from all this, it's this. Apache Kafka has become the central nervous system of the real-time internet. It's what allows all of our modern applications to sense and respond to events the very moment they happen.
Kafka has already completely changed the game for social media, e-commerce, and logistics. But think about what's coming next. We're moving into an era of AI, of smart cities, of the Internet of Things, where the amount of real-time data is just going to be unimaginable. So the real question isn't just what Kafka will build tomorrow, but how it will completely reshape our world in ways we can't even begin to imagine yet.